You're watching WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon. WKYT News continues. We're approaching 12:30. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey reporting on this eve of Election Day.
Hillary Clinton is hoping to make history by becoming the United States' first female president. But Donald Trump wants the nation's highest office as well and has spent the last 18 months shocking the political world with his unexpected rise to the GOP nomination.
This campaign season has been a bruising battle between them. Now it's almost over. Scott McLean is in New York as he leads off our team coverage with a look at the last day of campaigning for the presidential candidates.
Last month, FBI Director James Comey dropped an October surprise on the race for president, announcing the Bureau would look into more emails potentially related to Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. But over the weekend, he said, never mind. The question now is, will it have an impact on the election, and can it ultimately halt Donald Trump's late surge in the polls? The final day of a long general election campaign finds Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton still stumping for every last vote. Polls have tightened in the waning days of the race. A CNN poll of polls, which averages the last 5 most recent national phone surveys, gives Clinton a narrow lead, 45% to Trump's 42%. Both candidates are campaigning furiously Monday, Clinton in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and North Carolina, and Trump in Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Michigan. The candidates pulling no punches.
Hillary Clinton will be under investigation for a long, long time for her many crimes against our nation, our people, our democracy.
This election is a moment of reckoning. It is a choice between division or unity, between strong, steady leadership or a loose cannon.
But many Americans have already made their choices official. CNN has partnered with a data company called Catalyst that works with progressive candidates to receive detailed early voting information. Numbers show that nearly 40 million people have already cast their ballots, including more than 17 million in battleground states. And tomorrow night, the center of the political universe will be right here in New York City. Donald Trump will be holding his election night event just a couple of blocks from here in a hotel ballroom, while Hillary Clinton will hold hers about a mile from Trump's event in a convention center with a very symbolic ceiling. It's made of glass. Reporting in New York City, I'm Scott McLean.
All right, there are many other races, of course. Democratic candidates making their last campaign stops around Kentucky today. Congressional candidate Nancy Jo Kemper in the 6th District appearing at Democratic headquarters in Lexington, where she met with volunteers before they hit the streets. They're going door to door this afternoon. Lexington Mayor and U.S. Senate candidate Jim Gray appeared in Pikeville this morning. He says he is looking to go border to border today, with his last and fifth stop will be at Fifth Third Pavilion in Lexington. That will be this evening downtown at 7 o'clock in Lexington. Kemper says she plans to join him there.
Meanwhile, Republican Senator Rand Paul kicked off his final day of campaigning at the Aviation Museum of Kentucky this morning. Paul spent part of his time attacking the Clinton Foundation, calling it, quote, a fencing operation. He'll end the day in his hometown of Bowling Green. Paul was joined by his fellow Republican Congressman Andy Barr, who spoke of the need for a solution to the national debt and rebuilding national security. Preparations are well underway here in Fayette County and across the Bluegrass for Election Day. With voter turnout expected to be high, it's important to be prepared as you head out to the polls tomorrow. WKYT's Andrea Walker has some advice for voters.
Election day is almost here, and we're here at the county clerk's office to find out what you need to know before you head out to the polls tomorrow.
Enter the number for me. That's our roster, just right here. Yes, ma'am.
Well, the first thing is you need to know your polling location. One easy way to do that is to go on the World Wide Web to our website, FayetteCountyClerk.com, and look yourself up. You can see where you're supposed to vote, and you can also see the sample ballots so you can make your final decisions before you go to the polls.
Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes says they're projecting turnout across the Bluegrass to be around 60% based on absentee ballots. But Blevins believes that number could be even higher here in Fayette County.
We will probably look at something in the neighborhood of low 70%, maybe even as high as 75%, I'm hoping.
Everyone's voice matters. I've certified elections that come down to as little as one vote most recently a governor, by 83 votes. Tomorrow's an important day.
Of course, voter fraud has been a concern for many across the state and even the country, but both Grimes and Blevins are confident that tomorrow's results will be accurate.
I want everyone to know that I am 100% confident in our system. We have check after double check. We have counter check on the double check. It's going to be fine. We will count everybody's vote accurately and fairly. At the end of the day, we'll find out who wins.
And of course, voting opens at 6 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. If you're in line at 6 p.m., you will get to vote. In Lexington, Andrea Walker, WKYT.
Thank you, Andrea. And we also spoke with the secretary about a hot topic of conversation: voter selfies. Not only are they legal here in Kentucky, Grimes says if they help get people out to the polls, she's all for them.
Well, WKYT's Election Day coverage begins tomorrow morning before the polls even open. That, of course, is at 6 a.m. We'll be on the air starting at 4:30, and we'll have the most comprehensive coverage throughout the day as we watch the trends. And we'll be here when the polls close at 6 p.m. We'll be watching all of the races as those numbers come in. We'll have interactive results available for you as well at WKYT.com. Other news, the Kentucky Blood Center has started Zika virus testing on all blood and blood component donations.
The FDA now requires Zika testing on all volunteer blood donations. The KBC already tests for more than 12 viruses, including HIV, hepatitis B and C, and West Nile.
The new test will streamline the screening process because KBC staggers no longer have to be asked about Zika-related travel. The Zika virus is primarily spread by mosquitoes, but it can also be transmitted via sexual contact as well as blood transfusions.
Well, forest fires are still burning in parts of eastern Kentucky today. Over the weekend, crews dealt with heavy smoke as they fought the flames. The Kentucky Division of Forestry says it's still battling 20 fires in the region. The largest fires are burning on Pine Mountain in Harlan County and the Eagle's Nest fire in Breathitt County. Forestry officials hope to have those fires under control in the next few days.
And that smoke now moving into the Lexington metro area and other parts of the state.
That is. When people say, is that? Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's what you're smelling. Well, Sunday, football took on different, deeper meaning for people in Richmond over the weekend.
Yesterday marked 1 year since Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis died after being shot in the line of duty. And to mark that somber anniversary, Richmond police officers and firefighters honored Ellis at their annual Turkey Bowl football game. Ellis's family was there, and his young son Luke delivered the game ball. Luke also scored a touchdown in the game and helped the Richmond Police Department get the win.
Big day down in Richmond. Also, some Richmond businesses honored Officer Ellis. Throughout the day, Domino's Pizza in Richmond served up free pizza for the police department. Domino's split up the deliveries so that every shift at the police department got pizza throughout the day.
Hope you'll stay here on WKYT News. A lot more coming up, and second guessing on second opinions when it comes to medical care for prostate cancer.
And new research on children who develop type 2 diabetes.
And we have some rain on the way for Election Day. Now, I'll show you when that moves on in. I'm going to take you hour by hour with that and look at potentially our first freeze later on this weekend. We're going to go over that in your 7-day up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Looking across the area with these sky cams and see a lot of smoke everywhere, and it's just coming in from the south and southeast. Now those winds have switched on over, and it's grabbing that smoke and just transporting it northbound. So if you're sitting there across central zones, bluegrass, even up toward northern Kentucky, heard of a few areas up there, dealing with the smoke is just going to kind of mess with you. Maybe a little migraine or chest congestion. That's just the way it's going to go the next couple of days, because these winds will continue out of the south today and tomorrow, and then they'll come in from the north later on Tuesday night into Wednesday. So really we have to deal with it 2 days. 72 degrees there and towards your afternoon. It's actually a really nice feeling, a really nice looking day. A lot of us down toward the south and southeast have been dealing with it for 3 or 4 weeks now, almost a month now. And hopefully we can get some rain on in here and kind of wash a lot of that away. Off towards your day tomorrow, 63 there by 1 p.m. Still staying dry. That means waking up tomorrow morning, I don't see any problems. Going through the day, I still don't see any problems. but rain moves in late in the day. Now, what does late in the day actually mean? Because a lot of us trying to get out to the polls start at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, at 6 p.m., I would say if anybody sees rain during that time, which I'm still leaning more toward it being dry at that time, but if anybody does, it's going to be far north and western zones. That's your best bet. The closer you get toward Louisville, the closer you get toward Cincinnati, that's your best bet to actually see some rain before the polls close. Other than that, it comes throughout the nighttime hours, moves out Wednesday morning. And once it moves out on Wednesday into Thursday, very, very chilly air. Wednesday's highs, upper 40s, lower 50s. It's going to be a very cold day on Wednesday all day long. And you know what? Their second front comes on Saturday, and that will bring some really cold air into the forecast too. Maybe even some very, very chilly rain with highs only in the 40s and 50s. So just keep in mind that here comes some big shots, and these look to be pattern busters, meaning the pattern we've been in 70s and 80s the past few weeks, the past few months really, that looks to be knocked out here in the next couple of days, and it doesn't look like it's going to catch back up with us anytime soon. Maybe toward the weekend, hitting an overnight low near freezing. So that could be our first freeze there for the weekend of the fall season, which is a little late. It's about a week late, but nonetheless, it's coming. It's on its way, that's for sure.
You can feel it.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, this smoke that we're seeing is from those fires.
And
So
smelling,
keep
not
that in
just
mind.
seeing
Yeah,
it.
Yes.
so, you know, probably
Messing with a lot of people.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you. All right, how vitamin B12 deficiencies in pregnant women may affect their children. And are second opinions helpful when it comes to prostate cancer?
Kenneth Craig has details in this Better Living report.
A new study is casting doubt on whether second opinions improve treatment or quality of care for prostate cancer. Doctors at Johns Hopkins say the impact of second opinions is uncertain. Pregnant women with vitamin B12 deficiencies may give birth to children prone to type 2 diabetes. Researchers in the UK found mothers with low B12 levels more likely to have children with higher insulin resistance, a type 2 diabetes risk factor. New research indicates middle school and high school students who use flavored e-cigarettes are more likely to become smokers. Doctors found 58% of young people using sweet-flavored e-cigarettes expressed intentions of picking up the cigarette habit. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Coming next on WKYT in our noon news hour, honoring Kentucky's fallen officers.
Details about the Night of Valor next on WKYT.
Great to have you here on WKYT. It's an event to honor fallen police officers around the Commonwealth. The Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation is holding what it calls the Night of Valor.
Drexel Neal, Executive Director of the Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation, is here. We're so glad to have you in and want to learn more about this.
All right. This is our first time trying to do an event like this. We've done other events, but we're having a night with a couple artists here in Lexington on the 25th at the Manchester Music Hall. We have Jason Goebel from Prestonsburg and have a local bluegrass group called the Wooks. They play around the Distillery District and different places. We're going to have a auction, and we were fortunate enough to get a signed guitar from Chris Stapleton to auction off. We got some other items. It'll be a way for us to have people come in, come to an event, get together. We'll be selling a real nice event t-shirt that has that same logo that we have up, and be a real good night of entertainment.
Drexel, tell us about the work of the Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation, what it does.
Well, we started off as a foundation to start a fallen officer wall, and which is located over on the campus of EKU. As it grew, we started giving immediate death benefits to officers killed in the line of duty. There's a lapse when an officer gets killed. The family doesn't really get access to money for weeks, so we set up a memorial fund where we can give them money within the first 48 hours to help them get through that first few days. Then we extended it to giving scholarships to students, and we also do emergency assistance money now. We give up to $2,000, like an officer or his family has a child that has to go out of state for medical treatment. We'll help them with their travel expenses and that type of thing.
And you see how very meaningful that is for families.
Yes, we do. We just had a sergeant from, I think, Russellville Police Department that has a child that's has a lot of medical problems, and we were able to give them $2,000 to help them get through this initial crisis.
Very good.
You invite the public to this event.
Yes, it's open to the public. Tickets are available on ticketfly.com, or you can go to our website at WKYMF.org, and it has more information.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming in.
All right.
And for the important work you do.
Friday after Thanksgiving.
Black Friday.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
So we can take a break from shopping and come out to our
There you
event.
go.
Do something good.
Relax, right? Yeah.
Thank you all.
And we're glad you're with us on WKYT. We hope you'll stay right there. Welcome back. So good to have you here on WKYT. And if you're looking for something fun to do, maybe with a family, maybe a date night or something, downtown Frankfort is the place to be.
It definitely is. Kim Strohmeyer, Executive Director of Downtown Frankfort Incorporated, is here to tell us about all the exciting happenings. Welcome. You've got a lot going on.
Well, appreciate it. We're pretty proud of this event. It's our 36th annual event. It's a 4-day event that it's considered one of the top 10 fall events by the Kentucky travel industry.
Boy, that's nice.
Yeah,
With good reason. I mean, what a historic downtown area there
right.
in Frankfort.
We're mighty proud of it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things going on for the candlelight tradition. A lot of Thursday, Friday, and Sunday are considered our family-friendly nights. We've got visits with Santa and Frosty. We've got trolley and carriage rides over the course of the several evenings. We got music on the old Capitol lawn. A lot of things going on. In keeping with what the season's all about, we've got all of the churches downtown are having music and food, and one is having a live nativity. And all the businesses, the merchants, the restaurants, the nonprofits, they're all hosting various events and exhibits and specials over the course of the event. Saturday would be considered the date night, the adult night. We've got a cocktail stroll through numerous restaurants and night spots around town.
You know, with what you already have there, you just have the perfect setting for it.
We really do. It's a really nice downtown. Like I say, we're real proud of it, and what we'd like to do is kind of our ultimate goal with this is we would like for all of your viewing audience to be able to be proud that Frankfort is their capital city.
Yeah, sometimes it's lost on people that
Yeah, it really is.
It is everybody's capital and an opportunity to go up there. And you're talking about this is coming up now this weekend.
This is this weekend.
It seemed a little early for a
Right,
holiday event, but you are kicking things off. And then you have this art walk that'll be coming up on the 18th.
The following weekend, we've got an art walk, which numerous events, venues, and artists host kind of a gallery stroll throughout the downtown. And then the following Saturday night, we got a brand new thing going on called Bourbonanza. It's just a celebration of all things bourbon and a celebration of Frankfort's history within the bourbon industry.
You have so much going on. People need to come on, enjoy it. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. And you can go to downtownfrankfort.com to find out more details about all this.
Very good.
Good to see you as always. Thank you. And it sounds like the weather's going to require a coat for those outdoor strolls through the towns and so forth.
But it's time, Micah.
It is time. I mean, it's November, right? So we're expecting this to be with us. The 50s and 60s, we just haven't been there the past several days. 72 today. Today and tomorrow are really your last days this work week to actually see really nice conditions, because tomorrow night into Wednesday, here comes a front barreling on through. Most of your rain actually comes tomorrow night after the polls close, and then that cold air rushes on in. Guys, we're not going to get in the 60s there on Wednesday, not even close. We'll be in the upper 40s, lower 50s, and then we look towards your weekend. Here comes another shot at some cold air. So we have two big fronts rolling through. Chris Bailey will be in here at 4 p.m. He'll focus in on that and the rain chances there for your election day.
All right, updates always on WKYT.com. Thank you for being here on WKYT News at noon.
Make it a great day, everybody.